to own it. Just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here. Oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you.
That was a scene this morning at around 11 a.m. when a man caused a violent fight at the cash register here at George's Cafe. Witnesses say he wanted breakfast and the cashier wouldn't give it to him.
What the fuck happened here?
This crazy guy came in and he just started stabbing people with a fork. You some crazy bastard killed your brother, killed Kevin?
Holy shit, I can't believe you shot that guy.
Want to make some money with the destroyers?
You're lucky I wasn't there. I just shot his dick off.
I need to know where this guy is. I need to know where he works. I need to know where he'd hide.
Your man here is trying to rob Kathy May's cafe.
I'm not telling you shit.
Little frosty tips. You do that to match your vagina?
As soon as we enter the door, we should have our masks on.
It's broad daylight.
So we're not going to Disneyland then.
And this is about pancakes. Like, the pancakes are good here, but they're not that good.
I am here with my co-stars, Katie and Zarka, so tell us who you play in Pancake Man.
I'm Lonnie, or Lanny, a.k.a. the Viper.
Wait, why couldn't anybody get your name straight? What's going on with that?
So that's like a deeper thing. The Pancake Man's wife is named the same thing, and she says that everyone gets it wrong, so we had to put it in there.
I love it. Okay, Sarkis, why did they put an Armenian and do some like dancing and weird stuff in there? Like, what's going on?
I think they wanted some fun little comedy, and I'm known for some physical comedy, so I was like, why not? I'll just do a little bit of dancing here and there. But I play KG. I play the Clyde duo joint Laney, right? Yes, Laney, there you go. I think I got it right.
You don't know your girlfriend's name? And by the way, you were like the biggest dumbass of the movie. Like, what was up with that? That was fun.
Well, it was supposed to be a clumsy character to begin with, and I think we tried to take it a little bit more, extend that out toward, like, so that she becomes the smart one, and she, like, teaches me lessons in here and there. So
I heard at least 3 stupids. How many times did you tell me was stupid?
You're stupid, but I love you.
Yeah.
That's great.
Over and over.
You were like the blonde girl, but in a guy form. I love that.
Punk guy format. Yeah, there you go.
That was fun.
Yeah.
So this was fun. I mean, this is our first movie together, like all of us. I don't know how we all got together. I don't know why they put 2 Armenians in a film. That hasn't happened since like the genocide movie.
Wait, 3 including the wardrobe man. Art.
Oh,
right?
Art's yeah, that's true.
He's not even here. He doesn't support his people. No, just kidding.
Where is that guy?
Where is that
guy? Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Where is he?
Well, we have, I don't know what you guys have here, but we have Blessing of the Grapes.
So there's actually an Armenian festival
like
right now.
Yeah,
so he's celebrating.
He might be celebrating that.
Is it that season?
It's that season. So, I mean, that's my mom that's why my mom missed the premiere. She cares more about being Armenian than her daughter. Just kidding. Just kidding, Mom. Like,
we'll do the Chinese theater September 7th. Or September 12th. The 12th.
September 12th. Wait, do we have Chinese people? And we might have Chinese people in the film.
Well, I know Gene maybe his assistant, right? Like they're mixed.
I am not going to say things I don't know. I cannot identify people properly.
Yeah.
They put all us in a category, so now it's time.
There you go.
Yeah, we are at the Chinese theater though, so that'd be cool.
And that'll have 5.1 surround sound.
Yeah.
Not like here. Unfortunately,
nice.
we only had stereo, but
next time.
It's fine.
Oh my
Next
gosh.
time.
So I was very pleased with how it came out.
Yes.
My biggest complaint, and I just told Braun, our director, this, was when you said, welcome to the D train. We all aboard the D train. And it came out low. I was only sad about that's the only thing I was sad about. Why was that low?
I don't know. That's
you
a
sad
good question
too?
for the sound engineer. But yeah, I would have liked that to be a little louder.
Because that was one of my favorite parts in the movie.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun line.
You need a close up of your face. You were so cute. You're like, all aboard the D train, and then when
your
your face fell, like I loved
like,
it.
oh.
That did hold though.
I wish somebody could see like from my vision. That was the best part. Like a filming, that was like you were the funny, like you were the comedic relief.
Funny.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I tried.
Well, I'm very excited because I'm a Fresno girl. I used to live here, but now I'm a Fresno girl. So to be with you guys are doing things. So tell me about what you guys are doing.
I'm trying to obtain my first executive producer credit. So that's my goal, is to executive produce and act. And, you know, in this town, I mean, look, I honestly believe it's a land of milk and honey, and I'm really happy to be here. I feel like I'm always discovering new talent, and I don't think today is any exception. You guys have been really great.
Well, and what's funny is this little petite girl, like, does all of her own stunts, and she's really badass. And that's what I can't believe about it. It's like, wow, I mean, I didn't even see that when I met you. It's like, all of a sudden, it's just like, and it's like, wow. So, how did you discover stunts? Like, where did all that come from?
It's something that I always get casted as lead. Always. And when you want to do lead and you want to also do your own stunts to make it for the videographer and the cinematographer, it just makes it come off more seamless. So I did 6 weeks of stunt work in Brisbane, Australia for my last film. So that really, once I worked with people who are really, really good at their jobs, you kind of figure out you can do anything with the right direction. Nice. Absolutely.
So is that bad that you're always lead?
No, I love it.
We can make you ugly. Wait, is that better for?
It's a lot of work. I love it, but it's a good amount of work. But I do love doing it.
And it's you actually directed too. Like, what's up with that? Tell us about that.
Yes.
I wanted to direct for the first time this year. I directed my first short called Park Stranger. I am in the process of editing that. So this year has been quite busy for me. I did 3 features. I was in a Best Buy commercial. I directed for the first time. So I'm so happy to be in this industry. Just entertainment is my whole life. So
we've been slacking. I didn't even know 3 features. Like, well, I was at home like filing my nails, I guess. Oh my gosh. Okay, so tell us about the different features. What are the names? When are they coming out?
Right. So the first one I did was Unseen. It was based in Canada. Shot it out there. It's a horror film. Pancake Man, of course. I did the Best Buy commercial, and then I believe what was the last one I did? I'm trying to remember the.
So how happens you do so many things?
I know. Yeah, my memory's shot, but I remember doing a third one, and then directing my first short film, about a 10-minute short, about a park ranger or a supposed park ranger who tries to stop a drug deal in the park. So
interesting.
It's a dark comedy. It's fun.
Oh,
yeah.
Are you in it?
I am not.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
No pressure then.
No.
Yeah,
I try not to.
Pressure.
I try not to do 2 duties at once.
Yeah.
Okay, so being a director, do you have like a lot of empathy now for Braun and all your directors for dealing with all of us actors that are so needy and not doing well? Like, tell us about that experience from that perspective of the lens.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. What was the question?
Well, like, because now you have that perspective of a director. So
right,
how do you have empathy for other directors and how they have to deal with us?
It's definitely tough. There's a lot of pressure on you for sure because you have to try to bring everybody together. I remember doing a little powwow before we started shooting, and I was like, thank you guys for being on top of your game, because I was not confident before we did this, but now we're getting together and doing it. I'm appreciative of everybody's efforts, and it definitely, I do feel for Braun. He did a lot for this film, so definitely appreciate him.
And so, as a producer or an executive producer, how do you feel? Because you have kind of the same experience when I have to deal with a bunch of needy actors, and how's it changed your perspective?
I try to stay as far away from creative as possible. I'm the money girl. It does change. Everyone of you has got an ego, and wrangling egos is half the fun, though.
Yeah.
I'm definitely like to consider myself queen of the rodeo. I think it's a good time. I think that's why we're here. There's got to be some fun in the fight to do what we love.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And you guys play a couple. How was that? You guys are like such naturals and such good friends. So how did that work out?
I have to give a lot of credit to her because she's the one that asked, what is our relationship? What is our chemistry like? And I was like, I never really thought about that until you brought it up. And I'm glad she did, because that made me dive into the role even more. And that's where the chemistry comes in. I think it felt so seamless because we asked these questions about ourselves, and I couldn't ask for a better partner.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was great. I thought it was fun. I do mostly drama, so it was really cool to see that seamless comedy kind of come into play. It was very inspiring. I don't think I've ever seen that before in real life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's one, when you see it on film, you're like, okay, but when you're there, it does change everything. And I do believe what you said earlier, the comic relief of almost the entire film was on your shoulders.
Oh.
So, and there it is, and you did so well. So doing that together was just fun to see. So thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, the acting was so great. Every time you guys like said something terrible about me, because you guys said a lot of terrible things about me,
We did.
and I actually got offended. I was like, "What are you talking about?" Oh wait, that's character, and they're talking about character me, and they're not talking about me. But it was funny. It was funny. I love seeing that.
You were a trip.
Yes. You said some things that were pretty wild, and you looked amazing.
Yeah.
By the way.
You guys looked amazing. Oh, tell us. That's a pretty interesting insight about like your stuff got stolen, your actual uniform. Tell us about that.
That's the last time anyone's ever going to see that uniform. Next day, yeah, I was so tired after set. I threw my suitcase in the back of my seat in the car, and I didn't know this. Everyone knew this but me. But I guess if you break windows and you don't open the door, the alarm doesn't go off. Yeah. So then someone broke the window and pulled out my suitcase. But literally, it had just my shoes and that outfit.
Oh, man.
And that's it. So that's the last time anyone's going to see it. So that's okay.
crazy.
That's all right. It kind of makes it historical.
Yeah. Well, as
nice.
for me, shaving my head was fun. I had never done that before, where I had like a little faux hawk going.
That was cute.
And I used Haley Williams's brand called Good Die Young, so I like did like the tips blue. It was so much fun, and I felt like a kid again. Like it brought me into that era of the rebellious era that I had as a kid growing up. So it was so much fun.
I know you're all gangsters. Like, how'd you guys feel about that? It was like a weird gang because I'm like, wait, we're gangsters. Like, we don't seem like gangsters in real life, but we played good gangsters. So how'd you feel when they said, hey, you're gonna be part of the Destroyers?
Well, I don't know if I was a good gangster. I was clumsy as hell, but you guys pulled it off pretty well. All like contained and all that stuff. But yeah.
The reason I came on was because the very first scene I'm robbing. And I thought that has to be something I really want. I shoot somebody and I rob. And I think that's why I'm here. Really is.
Badass.
I wanted to do something that was right in my wheelhouse, and something that belongs in my reel. So I'm really glad.
Robbing.
Yeah. It was drama, robbing and shooting.
She's talking about me,
Yeah.
dipshit. That was an awesome line. I love that.
That was fun.
So you said this movie was nothing like you envisioned it because you don't have that creative mind. And I didn't either. I didn't see this is nothing like I envisioned it. It was great though. What did you think when you watched it?
Yeah.
I was impressed.
You seem to fall right in line with the comedy and right in line with the horror together. So yeah, how did you know that?
Well, I had seen a cut of the film prior to this screening, so when I saw it with a few people, I was like, oh, okay. So there were some things that still needed work, but I think in the premiere they definitely polished it up. So it was definitely nice to see everybody come together. It was nice, very nice.
And what did you think about your acting when you saw it all together?
Look, I'm my biggest fan. I am my biggest fan. I liked it.
Oh, is my food ready? You guys can have some if you want.
Oh, well, we're going to eat, so we will come back. You guys got to follow all of them. Tell us your Instagram really quick so everyone follows you guys.
At sarcastic_circus.
Oh. At KT Jewel Placio.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Okay, so I am here with the actual Pancake Man. Oh my gosh, tell us who you are and what you do.
My name is Mike Delapia, and I am an actor and producer.
But this was all you. This whole movie was because of you. Tell us about that.
So, if you follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, whatever, you will see that I probably eat pancakes on average 2 to 4 times a week. So it's no exaggeration. I really do love pancakes. And I'm very good friends with Braun. And Braun was on a flight one day that was about 5 hours long, and he had sent me a text message after the flight saying, I'm just wrote about 10 pages of a script that's based off your love for pancakes. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
This is the weirdest bromance I've ever heard of.
Yeah, it's that's how it started. And so he wrote 10 pages. He sent it to me. I read it, and 10 pages turned into 15. 15 turned into 25, to 30, and then we eventually had 110.
Oh, so you have a wife named Lainey, or you had a wife named Lainey?
I have a wife. My wife's name is
Okay,
Lainey.
so where does this other plot line come where, some girl was cheating on you? That's not true to form, then?
No.
Okay, so that was for the movie, but Lainey really is your wife. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. Lainey is my wife.
So
and her name is always mispronounced as Lonnie. That's why we put that joke in there where she corrects him and says my name's Laney.
That is so funny. So you have a real wife. No wife cheated on you and did something elaborate. That was all. That part was for the movie. So part of it's really you, and the part of it's not.
Exactly.
Well, obviously you don't kill people.
No, I've never killed anyone.
But I mean, yeah, there's a spoiler. Him and I have some beef in the movie. We'll just put it at that. You guys all got to go see the movie. But so you were so you met Braun on a plane, and you guys said I kind of act, I dabble. And
No. I met Braun. I killed Braun in a movie.
Okay.
So
one of his.
No, a different movie.
Okay.
A movie called Arena Wars. I break Braun's neck in that film. That's how we met.
Spoiler alert, but okay.
That's how Braun and I met, and then we shot that film, and we literally shot that film, and I flew to Pittsburgh to shoot another film, and he was on set for that film, and so we went from Vegas to Pittsburgh, and we were in 2 movies back to back together.
I love this
So
story.
That's how we started talking.
Oh, so I met Braun on a movie set too. It was something with I do something with a banana.
Okay.
It's called The Last Roommate. So we all met Braun on set. That's.
Yeah, well, he gets around.
Yeah, you either kill him or bananas or whatever.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So, where do you guys filmed? You said Vegas to.
Well, the one movie I did with him, we were in Vegas, and then the one after that, we were in Pittsburgh.
Wow, that's intense. Like.
Yeah. So it was two separate films. One was about a werewolf. One was about prison, basically. Yeah.
That's even exciting in and of itself.
Yes.
But I love it because you guys acted in something, and all of a sudden you're just telling him random stuff, and he writes a script about you. So you were like, "What the hell? I'm just an actor."
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's awesome. I love that he did it, and I will be forever grateful that he did it because it's really kind of surreal because it's me. I truly am what you would call Pancake Man. It's not an exaggeration.
Except not the terrible human being that you are in the film. But no, I have a lot of empathy for you. I do have a lot of empathy for you.
Yeah, I mean, like, I mean, unfortunately, you know, it's the people that meet their fate, you know, they kind of had it coming to them.
Oh my! So what does the real Laney think of all? Like, she wasn't here tonight, so did you tell us, like, how did all this work? What did she think about when they said, "Oh yeah, someone's playing you," and she's like, "What? I'm not even an actress. Like, what's happening?"
Yeah, she thought it was funny. She thought it was funny that her name was being used in the film.
Well, I hope she gets to come out here and see it or see it.
I'm showing it in Orlando on the 19th of October.
Really? Oh, how fun!
I'm going to show it there, so she'll be there for that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is wild. And so so you're a stunt guy as well. Tell us about your stunt experience.
It's not. I mean, I've you know, it's the kind of roles I get require a lot of physical work, just because I'm a very physical person. So most of the films I've done, I've had to do stunt work. So it's not. I'm not like really trained for it, but I've had a lot of.
Really? I thought you were. You don't. Wow.
No.
They just throw you in the mix and
They
hope
do.
that you. But you're really good at it.
Thanks. Thank you.
That is so funny. They just throw you in with stunts.
They do.
Oh my gosh. Have you gotten hurt at all?
A couple times.
And you just go with the flow.
I do. You have to keep going.
Well, how long have you been acting?
4 years now.
Wow, that's incredible. And now a whole script is written about you.
Yeah, it's wild. It's really wild.
Wow. Okay, so where else can we see you?
I am in a movie that comes out in 2 weeks called Passages of Nexus. I'm working on a zombie movie right now called Gig of the Dead. That's what I have going on at the moment. I was in Arena Wars recently that just came out about a month ago. I think I've got about 15 movies under my belt right now.
That's pretty cool for 4 years. And where's Mike Ferguson? That was like...
I don't know where he is.
What was it like working with him?
He was great. He was a pro. He came in, he did his job, he did what he was there to do, and he was very good at it. He was great to work with. Loved him.
And you're literally a vegan, right?
22 years.
That's really impressive.
22 years.
And so they made you vegan pancakes, and
did.
you almost ran out of it for the shoot. How did that happen?
Because I ate them too fast.
Where did you discover vegan pancakes anyway?
It's not hard to make vegan pancakes. It's really, I mean, you just gotta make them without eggs. It's not that hard.
Well, there you go, guys. Y'all gotta catch Pancake Man. Follow us on Instagram and follow him. What's your Instagram?
At Mike Delapia. At MikeDellapia.
So follow him.
Thank you.
So I am here with the lead character, Seth Hart. So tell us about what you thought of the film.
Oh, I thought it was fantastic. It was one of the funniest things I've seen in a while. I'm really, really excited and really proud, and I can't wait for people to see it.
I just want everyone to know I was there, and you look way more psycho in person than on camera because you were scary at some points. I was like, "Whoa, where is all this coming from?"
Just a lot of internal rage. I'm from Flint, Michigan. That should tell you all you need to know.
So that's where all that came out of, because it was like you were but you were scary on screen as well. I was just like, wow, it was fun, huh?
Yeah, no, you don't get opportunities like this all the time in this business. So anytime you do, just chew that scenery. And, your director will tell you to pull back when you need to. And if not, then you should know that you're doing a great job.
And they took out a few of your lines I was very excited about. What did they take out that you were excited about, or nothing?
Honestly, I am of the opinion that if you're cutting lean, if you're losing things that you don't want to lose, then you are in great shape. Like, obviously cut the fat, but if you're going to have to lose a couple things that you really don't want to lose, you are definitely in a great place. So I am not upset about that. It ultimately served the picture.
What were you most surprised about tonight?
The ending. Like, I know we were there. We were both on set when the ending happened. I won't spoil it, but the moment when all the audience gasped and was like, oh! At the end, I did too, because I completely forgot that happened.
I did, I was even like, no, I did, and it was funny because with all of that was going on, I said, I really got wrapped in it, and it was like, I knew it was going to happen, but every time I was kind of like, at the edge of my seat.
I completely forgot this explosive finale that we have, a moment that happens that shocked the audience. It even shocked me. I read the script. I was there when they filmed it, and I still forgot about it and was still surprised. It was fantastic.
Oh my! Are there going to be a screening in Flint, Michigan?
Yes. In Flint, Michigan, I believe it's going to be on September 26th. It will be at my alma mater at University of Michigan, Flint.
Oh my gosh! Well, I should have one in Fresno. Everyone's having it. I hear there's one in Florida. There's one there. I think I need to have one in Fresno. If there's a public opinion, we got to do that. But what do you hope to do now? Like,
if anyone's out there, I'm available.
And you did some other stuff. There was some stuff you were posting. What else do you have going on acting-wise?
Let's see. I don't know if I do right now. I know, obviously, audition process. Once a project is done, that's the hardest part, is to find the next one. But I'm really I don't have anything. And I'm fine with that.
Oh my gosh! So what do you hope to do? What kind of movies do you hope to do in the future?
Honestly, right now, more of this. Like, I would love to keep doing horror. I'd love to keep doing action, comedy. Apparently, everyone's been saying that I had some really funny lines. I didn't even know I was being funny. So there you go.
Yeah, you were funny, but you were also a psycho. So, but don't typecast him. He's down to do anything.
Classically trained, professionally trained. Please, I can do it all.
So where do we follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram at, I believe, Seth Golden Hearts, or is it the Golden Hearts?
How golden are you?
Just gold enough.
Was this your first time in California when you filmed, or?
No, actually. The first time I came up to California was 14 years ago. Some friends of mine just flew me out to just hang out. I was in the North Bay, so.
Oh, well, this is great. I hope we do more stuff, and you were great, and I hope we work together again.
I would love it. Thank you so much.
So we are with the director of the movie. Oh, Bron, that was amazing tonight. I loved it.
Thanks.
So tell us about your role. You did some really crazy things tonight.
Acting-wise?
Yes, acting-wise.
Sure. You didn't know about that?
Well,
Wait, did you read the script?
I did read the script. I was like, seeing it was a lot weirder. I mean, like, you did some weird stuff to dudes.
What's weird? What do you mean weird? Shoving a glass bottle up somebody's ass?
Yeah, that part.
Yeah, I did that. That was part of the movie. But you read the script, right?
I did not think it was going to be that descriptive when I actually saw it.
Yeah, we showed it.
Yeah, me and Katie were talking about how we've envisioned it and how it came out was completely different.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It was good. No, you're visually exactly what you said in the script.
And did Katie read the script?
We read the script. Oh, okay. My goodness.
I always ask this.
Oh, my goodness.
So you read the script, and then it visually came out different than the script said to you?
No, it actually was exactly like the script said, but it was just like very, like, that was awesome. We didn't expect it. We loved it. So, I mean, I've worked with you before. So, where is this divide between acting, directing, and what do you like better?
Well, I probably will stick to directing. Acting's definitely more fun, but you're at the mercy of somebody else's project when you're acting. So you might do a role and it might not come out the way that you want it to. But if you're a director, you have a lot more control. So I'm probably going to stick to directing.
Oh my gosh. So Pancake Man 2, what's going on with that? How far are you in the project?
Not very far. We have 8 pages written, and what our mission is right now is to make this movie hype. You know what I mean? You have to make the first movie hype before you really make a sequel. But we're on the path. We have a bunch of screenings coming up, and I think it's good, so we'll do it. It'll take a while.
Do you know what the sequel is going to be about? Do you know how it's going to end?
Well, our formula for this movie is very, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch, where, different stories come together in a Mexican standoff. I can see that coming together in the sequel, but we're going to try to do it in a different way. But there's a lot of people that are out for revenge right now for the sequel. So, I feel like there'll be maybe miniature standoffs and then a big finale.
Well, we have a stalker over here. Why don't you come on the camera? No. Oh, no. Uh-oh, we're putting you on the spot.
I was choking on the chicken wing.
Okay, so your better half, where was the decision to put her in?
She was did you see her in it?
Oh, yes, I did.
She was on the pole.
I totally saw her on it. I was hoping to get a better close-up. That's why I was like, why do I just have a silhouette right now? I want to see the whole...
Well, it's Alyssa Dowling's scene, so, she's background, but she was the skillful pole dancer in the scene.
So did you know that when you first wrote the script she was going to do that, or where was the decision? That's what I'd like to know.
No, I didn't know she was going to do that, but we had some resources for a pole studio from T, shout out to T, Paper Chase, and we decided to do the scene there. It just made sense, to have visual things like that are appeasing to the young male audience.
No, that was great. So how do you feel with how everything came out? I'm sure with a lot of blood, sweat, and tears nobody sees, but how do you feel about the overall project?
I feel like we did really good, actually, for the budget that we had. Maybe this is a low budget movie.
The budget that was like no budget.
No, people got paid, motherfucker. You got paid.
I got paid. No, I did. No, it was great, and I loved working. It was amazing. I thought it was great.
People got paid. It's a paid project, but it's a very low budget movie. So that's why I say for the budget that I have, I think we accomplished a lot.
And we're going to everyone's going to watch it, and they want to contribute and donate to Pancake Man too. How do we do that, by the way, if we want to continue the project?
How do you continue to support us? Just go to the screenings, buy shirts, buy posters, fucking say thumbs up on social media is cool. You know what I mean? Like, any support is very well accepted by me.
And what is all of your social medias? It's Pancake Man the Movie. You guys all got to follow that. And then
it's Pancake Man the Movie. I have White Ninja Productions is my little production company. We have another movie called Half Dead Fred that we did from that production company. So we do little movies all the time. But yeah, just follow us at Pancake Man the Movie.
Are you ever going to put Petra in a movie?
I'd love to put Petra in a movie.
If Petra's watching, we're going to put you in a movie. I know you might die, you might live, you might kill. We don't know.
I love Petra. I think she's just a busy gal.
She is. She puts us to shame.
Yeah, she's got other things going on. But yeah, I'd love to put her in a movie.
So yes, everybody come support Pancake Man. Burke, I finally got you on the show. You know how long I've been trying to get you on here?
Long time.
Okay, so it's a special show. It's our 300th episode. And something happened to you, which is unfun and unpleasant.
Yeah, I broke my shoulder riding a bike late at night, with a friend.
That is absolutely
right shoulder.
crazy. So what did you say? It was like the two parts, or like what happened?
It was the lower half of my right socket, and they were saying that it was fractured.
But it's broken.
It's broken. I did have surgery on the 22nd of July, so now I'm in recovery, and I am recovering until late November.
Man, that's a long rehab.
Pretty long.
So it didn't mess up your playing ability?
No. I mean, I sing and I also teach. So I teach singing and piano lessons part-time, and I gig on the weekends usually, and then I do have a day job.
Wow, that's crazy. And you said you're out of work for a while because they won't let you. Yeah.
Well, out of one job, and then the other job I'm still working, teaching anyway.
And your students are really they're thrilled about you because you've been teaching some of them for a long time. I've heard good things about you.
I've been teaching there about maybe like four years, and then outside of that, I was teaching privately, like in-home, probably another 2 years around that. So total of like 5 years, 5 or 6 years.
And then you've helped a lot of these bands, a lot of bands we've had on our show, like Cutie the band. So tell us about that.
Yes. Let's see, Cutie. She was one of my students. The lead singer was one of my students, and she was in Alex Chaw's band for a while.
We've had him on here too.
And somehow, I guess they had an altercation and separated. And when she came to my lesson after they had separated, she was seeming pretty down, and I was like, okay, don't let this destroy your dreams or what you aspire to do.
We've all had the band drama. Every time we're going to be, you're like, this is your first band drama. Oh no.
Yeah, I understand it happens all the time. We're pretty much dysfunctional families.
Yeah.
You know? So, but I encouraged her to continue performing and find her own sound. And look what she's doing now. I mean, she is doing amazing.
I'm really surprised at how far their spread is. I mean, they're doing a lot of LA gigs and everything, and that's really impressive.
Oh, yeah. I'm very, very proud.
Yeah, what do you feel like when your students are really accomplishing stuff? How does it make you feel?
I mean, I've had one student who was in a beauty pageant for Miss Fresno Clovis, and she's done very well, especially through that and her performances outside of that. And I mean, sometimes I go to the point of tears because, I mean, I only wish to aspire very well as a musician, but I know that I am doing pretty well, definitely. But for my students, I am just very proud. It's I feel really grateful, very humbled, and what you learn from your students, you also learn within yourself.
Right.
And it's like, man, I mean, I love performing, but teaching is something else. It's really special. Also, it helps with your performance.
And then, have you seen, what was the biggest transition you've seen? Have people come in there and you're like, oh, I don't know how this is going to go. And then you're like, wow, this is really, I mean, so tell us about that.
I've had students that have only wanted to emulate one artist. For example, he wanted to do The Weeknd.
Okay.
And and all he wanted to do was sing
the weekend songs.
Stuff from the weekend. And I'm like, okay. Now, unless you want to be like an impersonator, yeah, I mean, continue singing, continue working on his stuff. Or if you just want to work on that same artist, that's fine. But I always encourage my students to try every genre of music from any artist, because not only do you like listen to those like as like a favorite, of course, but you also learn from what you're listening to. I mean, singing in theory, from what I'm understanding, is both like a mindset and a physicality. We have to apply both. I'm sure in your case, like with working out, I mean, you have to apply the mindset to your physicality. So in that, like with my students, I tell them, if you learn something from each genre, then you will gain so much knowledge and you will get hired to do so much more. You'll have a lot more opportunity.
And so did you get him out of that mindset? What did you get him to get away to?
I had to, I mean, it was almost like pulling teeth in
That's
a
what it
sense.
sounds
I
like.
mean, some are really set in their ways and in accordance to what they are learning. And I just tried to get it out of them, like get them to be more open-minded.
So what was his go-to after the weekend? What did you get him to merge?
After that, I mean, Kid Cudi, that was another thing. I like Kid Cudi personally. And then I can't remember exactly what else, but that was one of them.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And then there's some people like are just not with it. I mean, there are some people that really don't have talent, or they think they have it and they just quit. Like, how does that work?
It's true. Either you have it or you don't. But then again, I've read a couple of Frank Sinatra's biographies, and what like in his performing at like clubs and other venues, they say he sounded really bad in the beginning, and then, well, he got to his fame later on in life, but part of that was his family. His mom, for example, got him to further his career.
Do you find that with a lot of people that they get better over time, or?
Yeah. Oh,
some people get worse over time too.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone, as long as you put your mind to it, yes, you get better over time. Definitely. It's not only what you know, it's also who you know, who you learn from, what you learn from.
So who did you learn from?
For example, my father. My dad's a musician. Well, he's a drummer. He's one of the more prolific drummers, but kind of under the radar.
Oh, nice.
He's the drummer for Johnny Mathis. He's been touring with him for 40 years. He's his touring drummer and not his recording drummer.
And so you've gone to a lot of those concerts, I bet.
I've met Johnny 4 times. 2 that I can remember. One was at Davies Symphony Hall in San Francisco, and the other time was at the Hilton in Las Vegas.
And so is your dad like that, of doing like one type of music and working for a band like that?
No, actually. He also studied Latin percussion. So he studied Latin percussion in Brazil for 4 years.
How fun.
And I mean, just watching him play with other jazz bands locally around here in Fresno, and I mean, and teaching. He did teach at Fresno City College for quite a while. He just retired, so now they have a new percussion instructor there, and he's also part of Jazz Fresno.
So he did a lot. He was touring and then still doing all this local stuff. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, he got hired with Johnny Mathis in 1984.
It was like open. How did he get that?
I think through just honor bands and other various jazz groups that he's been playing with.
Yeah, you said it's a dysfunctional family. Eventually, you guys all intertangle at some point.
Yeah, we definitely run into each other at some point. Yeah, we watch each other. I like supporting it. I like the local scene. Like, I'm part of the local band thing that's going around here. I played at several venues, and now I'm part of 2 of the best bands in the Central Valley, definitely.
And how does that work? Because I hear this all the time. Every band that comes on, people are doing multiple bands. And what happens with the conflict of like timing when people want both bands at the same night? And then how do you choose?
Well, luckily, 3 of us are the same in both bands. The lead guitarist, the bassist, and I are both in Max Headroom and One Hot Minute. Now, in Max Headroom, we have a keyboardist and a drummer, and then we have a different drummer in One Hot Minute. And we've been thinking about getting a keyboardist in One Hot Minute.
Wow. What makes you have different drummers in different bands? Like, why didn't the guy step up and be like, okay, I'll be a drummer for that? How does that happen?
Well, it matters, like, skill level for one, and what genre you're particular in playing.
So Max Headroom's the 80s band, and then One Hot Minute is
a 90s and new rock cover band.
Okay. So that's why, yeah, you're very specific in the genres, I see.
Right. And then I also sing for a couple jazz bands. One's called the Joe Lenigan Band, and then the other's called the Hal Magny Band.
Oh, how often are you doing that?
No, not very often.
Because you have a great jazz sound. I am surprised you don't do more.
Yeah, I've been kind of brainstorming about it. I want to pull like a quartet or quintet together, but I haven't really gotten to that yet. It's kind of hard to hire the right jazz musicians, definitely. But on September 6th, I'm performing with the Joe Lenigan Band.
Oh, nice. Where's that going to be at?
I want to say it's the Rivendell Event Center, but I'm not 100% sure there yet. But we're on Facebook. You can find us that way, or Instagram.
So, do you ever perform with your dad?
Yes, I do, actually.
Oh,
so
okay.
he got me hired into the Joe Lenigan Band and the Hal Magny Band.
And so he's in that as well?
He plays with them, yeah, but not all the time.
So what's that like when you perform with them?
And it's fun. It's really, really fun. I mean, I love just like sitting and reading or standing and reading charts, sometimes sight reading them. Most of the time, I've got them pretty well dialed in my head, but otherwise, I mean, say if I make a mistake, I'm sure my dad knows.
That's got to be a little nerve-wracking.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a little bit of pressure, but I'm a singer and he's a drummer, although he also taught me how to play.
Oh, my goodness. So do you guys have jam sessions together? Like growing up, did you have those?
No, not really, no. But he definitely helped, well, he definitely taught me as well how to read music, how to play the drums, how to play other percussive instruments.
But you're not a huge fan of that.
I just don't think, I don't see myself as a drummer in that way. However, I mean, I can hang for sure, but I really see myself as a vocalist.
Have you played the drums in different bands?
I did with a couple church bands.
When people were really desperate, you're like, okay, I have skills, so I guess I will.
I could fit it in, yeah.
Do you think it's hard too because your dad was so good at it? Because sometimes that's what happens. You're probably better than a lot of people at the drums, but you think you suck because your dad was so amazing. Does that happen too sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, maybe as like family members of bands or musicians, you know, you kind of have that kind of mindset. It's like, well, I'm not as good as, you know, as my family member, but I know I'm good at this. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm sure we all go through that kind of thing, you know, but I mean, I really do see myself as a vocalist.
And do a lot of your students come and watch you play?
Sometimes. I mean, I do encourage them, but again, the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah. Yeah, because I would think that'd be nerve-wracking too when they come on out, because you are a different persona when you're on stage and when you're teaching.
That's true. I've had friends say that I'm like Clark Kent when I'm outside of performing, and then I'm Superman when I'm performing.
So I have a weird question. Who gets to keep the Alf when you're not performing?
Jason.
Oh, so he has
guitarist.
Alf?
Yeah, he has that, and then he has one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm obsessed. I've thought of stealing that so many times. He's watching.
Yeah, so yeah, he makes the tips.
Oh, how funny. Oh my gosh. And so you did a lot of stuff where you were doing a lot of beach performances, and you were traveling, and you went to, what was it, Morabit? Where were you going?
Pismo. We went to Harry's in Pismo. We played there a couple times.
And you stayed there, or you would come back?
Yeah, we'd stay there. We'd stay there overnight. Usually when we're playing out of town.
Are they pretty nice about like putting you up? How does all that work?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure about the logistics of that, but we also do our part in promoting our. Oh, I know.
I knew people. A lot of people came there from there to go see you. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, man, we have such a following now. I mean, I'm very, very humbled and very grateful.
Oh, yeah, you don't know this, but I feel like I've been like your manager because the people be like, well, let me know when he's performing. And I'm like, I don't know. And I'd see like a flyer and I'm like, well, follow him. Okay, here's the flyer. He's performing here.
Yeah, I'm kind of the face of the band. But Jason, the lead guitarist, he's the manager of both bands. He's the one who built Max Headroom and then One Hot Minute. We stemmed One Hot Minute from Max Headroom. I got hired on in Max Headroom about, it's been like 16 years. I've been performing with them for
I did not know it was that long. Well, everybody looks young. I mean, I just didn't think you guys had been together that long. That's crazy.
Yeah, Angel's the bass player, and he's actually the youngest member of the band.
Did you guys start when you were teenagers? Jeez, I was like, I had no idea you guys were together that long.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jason and Angel are pretty tight, so they've been in both bands the longest because they've built both bands together.
And what's your regular spots? Because there are some spots you go pretty frequently.
So our regular spots are Sequoia Brewery North, Sequoia Brewery Tower, Engelman Cellars, Apcal Winery, or Apcal Rock and Ranch, as it's called now. And then there's Lucy's in Tower, Howlin' Wolf in Tower as well.
And PB3.
And Pressbox 3 in North Fresno. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a lot of places.
Yeah. We're going to be playing at a new venue pretty soon, too. And anyway, check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
And what about weddings?
We do weddings. We do house parties. Just about anything.
That is, wow, that's insane. What's the furthest you guys traveled?
Let's see.
Either one.
Well, we've gone to Pismo, we've gone to Walnut Creek, Oakland, Fullerton.
Oh, wow, Walnut Creek, that's interesting.
I would say as far north and as far south, definitely.
Oh, wow, but never outside the state.
We've not gone out of state as far as I know.
And then, do you write or compose your own music ever? Or are you working on some stuff?
I was working on some jazz for a while, but one night I got mugged and I lost all that information.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. I was robbed at gunpoint.
So then you're done?
Well,
I understand.
It definitely created a writing block, but I mean, other than that, I mean, I have plenty of ideas. I've been purchasing a lot of equipment. I have.
What did they rob from you besides that? Was it on a computer? Was it?
At the time. Yeah. Okay. At the time, I was working as a karaoke DJ, so I lost my laptop and my wallet. I had my phone. Well, I did not have my phone with me. So yeah, my phone, my wallet, my laptop.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And you don't really do karaoke that much anymore, but you will if you have to.
Not really, but I have recently gotten hired to do it September 16th.
Where's that?
Engelman Cellars.
Okay. And
Engelman Cellars from 2 to 5.
Are you good about telling us on the calendar when you're going to be? I know a lot of times I see it.
I do my best at trying to memorize like what dates I have coming up. But this Saturday I'm playing at the Lemoore Lions Brewfest with Max Headroom.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Next Friday is Max Headroom, and I can't remember exactly.
For Labor Day weekend you're doing?
Yes, Labor Day weekend. So Friday is at the Clovis Farmers Market. And Saturday, so the week after next, is One Hot Minute at Sequoia Brewery North.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Oh, man. I mean, it's hard to memorize how many we've got already.
So what does happen when one of you guys goes down and gets sick and can't perform? Because you guys are so like a well-oiled machine. Who's your step-ins?
We actually do our best to have other local musicians that play around here fill in for us.
Have you ever had any of your students like open for you guys or like play too, or not really?
You know what? Not yet, but we have worked with Roosevelt High School.
In what way? Like with their talent?
Yeah, there's so they have a class in there that they do. They work on covers, and so then we would go over there and we would play behind them singing the stuff that we work on, and I would step away whilst they do that.
What a great education that they're getting.
I would also perform. Yeah.
How fun! Oh my gosh, yeah, so that would be really good. Okay, so I just follow you, which is kind of good because then I get all the bands of it. But we're supposed to be following One Hot Minute and Max Headroom on Insta and Facebook.
Yes, and then the Joe Lanigan Band on Instagram and Facebook as well.
Okay, that's the main jazz.
That's one of the jazz bands I work with. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot to keep up with. I'm so glad we finally got you on. What's your favorite song to sing? Or artist, or like your favorites?
Well, I like Red Hot Chili Peppers a lot, and that's why we're called One Hot Minute.
I got the reference.
I mean, Danny California, Soul to Squeeze, Aeroplane. Those are like 3 songs from Red Hot Chili Peppers that I really love to sing.
Oh, nice. And then, so the jazz thing, what about as far as all the jazz goes?
Frank Sinatra. Anything Frank Sinatra, Michael Bublé, Bing Crosby. So, like, let's see, Come Fly With Me, Luck Be a Lady.
And the last one, what's your least favorite? That when people request, you're like, oh, gosh.
Oh.
I know you'll do anything, but when someone asks you, are you like, the guys?
I know Fly Me to the Moon, like, by heart. Like, and a lot of people request that.
You just get a little tired of it, but you don't hate it, but you're like,
I don't hate it, but I do get tired, like other musicians would. I mean, for instance, like Kurt Cobain, he hated when they played Smells Like Teen Spirit, because, I mean, he played it so often.
Right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, and we were all going to follow you.
Got it. Thank you very much.
Way down among Brazilians, coffee beans grow by the billions, and they've got to find those extra cups to fill. They've got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. You can't get cherry soda 'cause they've got to fill that quota, and the way things are, I'll bet they never will. They've got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. No tea or tomato juice, you'll see. No potato juice, 'cause the planters down in Santos all say no, no, no. The politician's daughter was accused of drinking water and was fined a great big $50 bill. They've got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. Da ba da ba da ba ba do ba da ba 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 ba do ba ba da ba 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 da ba ba do ba ga ba ba dum da ga dum dum ba ga ba ba da do ba ya ba ba ya ba ba da ba 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 da you date a girl and find out later she smells just like a percolator. Her perfume was made right off the grill. Why, they could percolate the ocean in Brazil. And when those hams and eggs he'd savor, coffee ketchup gives them flavor. Coffee pickles way outsell the dill. Why, they put coffee in the coffee in Brazil. No tea or tomato juice, you'll see. No potato juice, 'cause the planters down in Santos all say no, no, no. So you'll add to the local color, serving coffee with a cruller. Dunkin' doesn't take a lot of skill. They've got an awful lot of coffee, an awful lot of coffee. Man, they've got a gang of coffee in Brazil. I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart that you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I tried so not to give in. I said to myself, this affair, it never would go so well. Yeah, but why should I try to resist when, baby, I know so well that I've got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of the warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, you never can win. Use your mentality. Wake up to reality. But each time that I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. I would sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of the warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, you never can win. Use your mentality. Wake up to reality. But each time that I do, just the thought of you makes me stop just before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. And I like you under my skin.
Felt right in the moment, felt right in the summertime. It felt right drinking cherry wine with you. Just wanted to own it, just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here, oh we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you. Now I must confess here, oh I must confess dear, don't think I'm in love with you. Winter is coming and I don't know what to do, and there's no more use in running, no more running to you. And I don't want your loving, I don't wanna be just friends, knowing all this time